1.5 is the lead for Shiffrin. Everything that happened 4 years ago. Shiffrin just get to the line. And golden again at the Olympics.
Oh, it just fires you up watching that again, right? That, of course, the great Mikaela Shiffrin in all her golden glory during the Milan Cortina Winter Games just last month.
That unbelievable slalom run made her the first American alpine skier ever to win 3 Olympic gold medals.
And she's been quite busy ever since then, winning even more. Mikaela just skied her way to her 6th overall World Cup title, tying another women's record. And this morning, we're excited to welcome her home, right back here, Studio 1A. She brought some of the hardware as well.
Oh, it's like
Congratulations on all the things. You know, it was one of our favorite stories from the Winter Games, not just because you were so dominant, but after watching what happened in Beijing, complete vindication.
Yeah.
Is that how you saw it? Is that how it felt?
I guess there was a little bit of everything. Cortina felt so much its own. It felt so separate from Beijing. But at the same time, there was, for sure, a bit of an external narrative about, you know, sort of the ghosts of Beijing and a curse and all of this. And I am one of these people, I really do like internalize all of that. I see it and I take it in and I think, what if there is a curse? And then I'm thinking, like the logical side of my brain. I worked with my psychologist a lot during the games about like thinking logically and continuing to work on the things that I know work in my career, training and focusing on communication and working well with my team, and laughter has been really important, and all of those things really played a role to help Cortina feel like it's entirely its own entity, which it did, and to the point, maybe too much, because right now it almost feels like it didn't happen.
Oh, no,
it's crazy.
It happened.
Because we had so much racing afterwards, you know, like we had the rest of the season, World Cup season, so I just got back to the U.S. like 2 days ago from Norway.
That's crazy.
I don't know where I am right now.
Yeah. Well, you're on the Today Show.
Okay,
yes.
thanks. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. You talk about logic, but you shared with us that you had this spiritual moment, you know, with your dad who had passed, and that seemed to kind of free things up. What do you think he's thinking about with everything that's happened since then, that moment and beyond?
I believe he would have been really, really proud of the thing that I'm the most proud of and my team is the most proud of. I think he would have been right there with us, just you know, very emotional about this moment. In the start gate of the second run, I saw the athlete before me. She didn't finish the race. She straddled or went out on the second or third gate. So she was standing there on the course sort of gathering herself. And when I pulled into the start gate, I saw her right there. And she's Lena. She's a friend of mine. Like, and I've been there. I was just there in Beijing. I went out on the 4th gate, 5th gate. You know, like I know what that heartbreak, I know what it feels like. And I was standing in the start gate and kind of looking down at the course, and it's just sort of this beautiful, expansive. I mean, Cortina is just beautiful. Yeah. It's like it's stuff of dreams, right? And you can see the finish line from the start. So I could see what was to come sort of ahead, and it was just this crazy experience, almost out of body experience. Like I saw Lena. I had a flashback to Beijing. I felt the pain that I felt in Beijing for her. And then I sort of came back to reality, and I felt like the presence of my team and my family and the people who've been there, like literally next to me in the start gate, sort of like almost like lifting me up a little bit. It was great. Like we went with our task was to feel like we were together, and that we were. My biggest fear going into the games was that I would feel really isolated and alone, and instead they made me feel very supported and feel very together. And in that moment of the second run of the slalom, it felt like they were skiing it with me, really. So I think about my dad, and I feel like that would be something he was really proud of too. It's like thinking about the right things in the right moment.
Mikaela Shiffrin, thank you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
Come back anytime. We look forward to seeing you at the next Winter Olympics.
Oh, very good. Very good. We'll talk later.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.